In this video, we will use the Cubase tempo track and MIDI functions to align the tempo of our Cubase project to a recorded beat, or tap. We start with a simple track that has harp and strings. All notes are aligned to the grid. The tempo track is already created, but for now, the tempo is fixed to 120 beats per minute. You can hear that there is no variation in the tempo. Next, I create a new track to record my tempo taps. I'm using an instrument track with a piano sound, but any instrument or MIDI track works, as long as you can record MIDI notes to the track. You need to record a fixed rhythm. I will record eighth notes. Slower rhythms like quarter notes or whole notes would also be possible. The pitch of the notes that get recorded doesn't matter. I am playing an arpeggiated pattern only because it feels more natural to me in this context than tapping the same key repeatedly. The next step is very important. We need to switch the time base of the tempo tap track from musical to linear. This is done by clicking the note icon in the inspector, so that it shows a clock icon instead. This way, the timing of MIDI events in the tap tempo track will not be affected by tempo changes. When I now change the tempo manually, the events in the tap tempo track are moved to other bars and beats, so that their timestamp in seconds and milliseconds stays the same. By default, the harp and strings tracks are using the musical time base, so their MIDI events stay fixed in the grid when the tempo changes. Next, I move my tap tempo notes so that the first note is at the position where I want the tempo track to start adapting to the tapped notes. In this case, the start of bar 6, where the harp and strings start playing. Note that except for the first note, the tapped notes are currently not on the grid. Now we will actually change the tempo track. Select the tap tempo track that contains your tapped notes and go to MIDI, Functions, Calculate Tempo from MIDI Events. As I was tapping eighth notes, I select this and click OK. As you can see, the tempo track is now filled with tempo changes, making the tempo follow the tapped notes. The notes from the tap tempo track are now perfectly aligned with the grid, but their timing is still the same that I recorded. The harp and strings are still aligned to the grid because they were using the musical time base when the tempo track was changed. During playback, you can now see and hear how the tempo changes, following the tapped tempo that I recorded.